Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to TVT Daily. I'm your host, Stephania. Today we're dishing out all the tea on the latest sitcom sensation that's got everyone talking adults. This new series has been hailed as a Gen Z spin on the classic show Friends, but is it really giving the original a run for its money? So, let's dive in and find out if this new show is just a copycat or something more. The premise of Adults is that it follows a group of friends in New York trying to figure out what adulting really means and royally struggling with getting it together. Sounds familiar, right? That's because it's not the first time we've seen this concept done before, especially with shows like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and its spin-off How I Met Your Father. But what sets Adults apart is that it takes place in Queens, or rather Toronto, where filming took place. Now, let's give it credit for getting one thing right. Living in New York can be expensive. Who hasn't struggled with affording rent in the city that never sleeps? But does that make up for the lack of originality? IndieWire's review says Adults is the latest attempt to recreate the magic of Friends, but I'd say it's more like a bad imitation. The reviewer describes it as exasperating and gives it a C, which isn't exactly glowing praise. Meanwhile, The Guardian's review paints a pretty bleak picture, saying it's often embarrassing and rarely funny. However, not all is doom and gloom for Adults. The New York Times praises the show for finding its own voice beyond the obvious Friends comparisons. And, let me tell you, when Charlie Cox appears in episode 6 as Billy's former high school teacher, he brings his signature physical comedy that had me giggling out loud. So, is Adults worth checking out? Well, if you're a fan of the classic hangout comedies like Friends and How I Met Your Mother, you might be hooked. But if you're looking for something truly original, you might want to keep looking. That's all for today's tea on TVT Daily. Stay tuned for more entertainment news and gossip.